some great guidance to make sure that we're able to produce good content right here on TV3NewDay. And that is why you tend to join us in your thousands to watch us, especially on the big issues, and other relevant segments as and when we have them, especially in the exclusives. But please, we have cash out. It goes with the short code star 439 hash. Become one of those lucky winners. And as always, I keep hammering on the fact that I always say that for all the things that we have to do, it is important for all of us to be in tune with what the rules of the game are. Very easy for you to at least imbibe. Star 439 hash is the short code. All right. Today we want to give 10,000 Ghana cedis to 10 people. 10,000 Ghana cedis, not easy money for you to come by. You peg it to the current rate of the US dollar. You're almost getting $1,000 going to 10 people. Yeah, but you know, we're pricing Ghana cedis. But then if you go through the banking system, that's where you tend to have. The most important thing is for you to choose option 2, TV3. Increase the number of tickets you have. Become one of those lucky winners, because you're going to get a prompt when you choose 2. And so once you see TV3, you increase the number of tickets, then you become one of those lucky winners. And we always tend to call the winners as testimonials. All right, so we'll do that again today. I'm talking about money and all things. A lot of people have them. Yesterday, I told you that there are some great people who tend to watch us. Edmond Combat is the managing director for the Tema Oil Refinery, as well as assisted by Alhaji Mustafa. Good morning to you. Alhaji Jibril, please, good morning to you with National Security in the Tema Enclave. And I wore yellow because I'm in solidarity with Shatta Wale. Yoko is on his heels. And I don't know, Movement for Change also have their colors as yellow. So I decided to have Elizabeth do this for me. Today we're talking about fuel, etc. But this one I thought was a subject matter. If we can just have one line of sneak peek. Let me just introduce our guests. I have Dr. Jebuntie Zato, goes by the English name or the Bible name Joshua. Good morning from Sisala East constituency. Good morning to you.
Good morning, brother.
You're looking splendid.
Thank you. Thank you.
In your boutique. That's nice. And then, of course, I have the chief executive for GIFE right here. And Rashid, how are you? Rashid Tanko as well. He is with the Bimbilla constituency. That's your constituency, right?
Yes, Bimbilla.
Bimbilla.
They are nice people. I was over there weekends.
Oh, you were over there over the weekend? You should take me on one of those trips.
You will love the place. It's a very beautiful place. I mean, very beautiful. I'll invite Dr. Zato and Sulu.
Please invite them.
Next week, I'll invite. I want them to join me for a program. And then resetting agenda.
When is the program?
Resetting agenda.
When is it?
In Bimbilla.
I want to plan when.
Anyway, and then Solomon Owusu is an entrepreneur, but also is one of the leading members, politicians of the Movement for Change. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Roland.
How are you? You've been monitoring the issues about Shatta Wale and all that. What do you make of Yoko issued a statement and he went to social media, did live, etc. It looks like purely, they said his car, Lamborghini, the yellow Lamborghini, is a subject of interest when it comes to investigations and number. What, I don't know, what can you say about that?
Roland, I listened to Shatta and I was like, who is managing him? These musicians must have management.
Why?
Because he was opening himself up for a lot of other investigations.
You mean there were a lot of inconsistencies?
Inconsistencies. When I read Ioko's, as it were, release, I thought they were framing up something, because I had earlier on also seen his post that Remonacha, Ebiugu send NDC to opposition or something, but I didn't know normally some of these social media banter. Until I read Yoko's response and said, and realized that there was something really happening. You are being accused of having bought a stolen vehicle. That is a serious matter.
You mean plain language?
Plain language. You don't deal with such matters with Facebook Live, because it has reputational damages, and so you want to protect the brand. If what they are saying is not true, you sue them. You go after Yoko. Now, the press release stated a certain name, Nana Kwabnamwa. But I heard Shatta talk about Kwabna Dubois. So what it means is that beyond the Nanakwabnamwa that the FBI is supposedly or allegedly pursuing, you are rather giving us an indication as to another name called Kwabna Dubois, and that you paid $150,000 to the said person. You understand?
To purchase the car.
To purchase the car. So how was the transaction done? It also opens up for GRE to intervene, because whenever you are buying something, there is a tax component that you have to go through. Did you go through that? That's what I'm saying, that if he has management, it's not everything that you come on Facebook Live and come and do some of these things to open yourself.
But he told is a star.
No. But he has to be.
African dancehall artist.
What is African dancehall artist in this? We are talking about running a country.
SM for life?
I love some of his music, but it doesn't mean that when the thing is wrong, you will not say it. What are we talking about? You believe that you bought a genuine car. A state institution is saying that no, it's explosive from crime. And so you are culpable as well. Where your anger must be is directed at the person that sold the supposed stolen car, and not the institution that is telling you that. So why is his anger not directed at Kwabna Dubois? That is part of something. Look, I've said, time without number here, that if you were going to take this great transformation plan and run this country with it, how many times haven't I said lifestyle audit in this country?
Why is that important?
It's very important because, you see, our youth are being swayed into an arena that we may never have tomorrow. Look, sometimes in my area, I live at North Kadesh, when I'm driving through Tessano, you see young ladies, early in the morning that they're supposed to go to where, I don't know whether they don't have any job, go and pick a cameraman. They'll be doing either photo shoot or video shoot. Now they will go and get a vehicle from some of these car sellers, sitting and pretend as though it's them. The next moment, you see them flaunt it on various social media. Then their peers become to feel jittery. Hey, our sister is doing well. Then they begin to call some of these people to find out, how did you make it?
So they are giving people pressure.
Pressure. Then they lead them to all sort of things that is breaking our moral fiber. This is not to say that Shatta Wale is wrong in anything. But what I'm saying is that the way and manner he is approaching this, he's opening himself up for more questions. And that the legal way, Iyoko did not do social media engagement. They wrote, they issued a release. You must have a management, you must be having your lawyer to also write back if you think something untoward, because it's a brand issue we are talking about. The only difficulty with this is yellow. You know, it refers to the movement for change.
And so I saw, I said,
But I disagree, because this morning I have my yellow, by courtesy of Ibrahim from the north, I have my yellow here.
And the blue. MPP.
This blue can never be. Don't try to equate this blue to the MPP. This is a deep blue, extremely deep. And so Shatta must reorganize himself and then get professionals to be handling some of these things rather than immediately. You are saying that when the Yoko calls, you go, hey, your car has been taken. In another breath, you say, oh, I will even leave the car. Who will leave a $150,000 car to an institution that does not deserve that? Hey, my brother, don't leave open yourself for further questions.
So he should.
He is an icon. He must, his energies. I have said that these musicians, if you were in a country that is properly organized, they will be drafted into our national security and they will be used to pursue a national agenda. He has so much influence on the youth that we can direct his energies. You see, a lot of the young ones now have Rasta. They learned it from Shatta Wale. He's an icon. Whatever he does, the youth likes it. And so if you're a country and you want to, as it were, modify your settings, move the youth to a certain direction, there are the sort of people that you use. So that we guide him for him to deliver to the state. But on this note, I dare say I am not impressed.
You are saying his models to respond to
it's totally needless.
Anyway, we came here to talk about the issue of transport.
Well, I think so.
You want to talk the transport increment?
First of all, this morning, a friend of mine, very good friend, Shatta Wale from Tumu, his morning, his big brother. Okay. The guy died in a tricycle accident, and I think the Sakalo community of Saleh is mourning today. I want I'm on with you today. I can't be there for the funeral, obviously, but I'm sure that he's a Muslim, so they'll bury him and do it Islamic tradition. When is that? And because it's a kid, I'm sure they'll just quickly do it. Very young man. there's a big problem with tricycle accidents and motor accidents generally in the north. This is another good friend of mine, Fuseni from Mandwano, recently had an accident. He had to be sent to Wa Hospital and came back all through motorbike and cycles. Because it's the rainy season, and because that is the tricycles and motorbikes are the commonest means of transportation to carry people and farm inputs to the farm and back, they are common. These accidents are common. My appeal to the young people, the open adults, is to be cautious, to drive with care, not to drive at night. The roads are also not good. So both tricycles and motorcycles, they expose a lot of people to accidents. So I want to use the opportunity, wafele lananiala kalase jil motowane kambuva me soloma fiele. Accidents like yoka niya tilne niya prene niya dosen so. You are manage jil motone ne kambu ne ne tricycle na mafiele mayera and venworun speedless sometime maye you ko kill. That time venala maye you ko kill. You are me sol no kalane mafiele haven. So that we can just always have peace and make sure, because this is a very young life. His name is Haki, who just died, and I'm on with the family. Yeah, I'm on with them, and it's becoming a big thing. So, my condolences to you. But coming to Shatta Wale said, I know my level.
Yes.
So me, I know my level. My level is not Lamborghini. My level is Trotro. My level is Taxi. My level is Okada. So your level is Lamborghini. Talk Lamborghini, but I'm ready to see about Lamborghini things.
Yeah.
I said there's a
but he's talking about lifestyle.
Yeah, there's a small part they talked about the idea of people coming to his house with guns. And we've had cause to talk about these raids. So that small part, I don't know if there was another way it could have been done without people wielding guns. Because we say, see, when you are at home and people show up with guns, it's frightening, it's scary. Especially with a gun, and anything can happen with a gun. So that small part, Ioko has justified that it is common procedure that whenever they are going for retrieval, they go armed. But I think, is it possible for them to, should I say, modify their modus? So that probably those with the guns will stand outside whilst the other people go inside, so that you don't scare people. It's just that small aspect of guns, and we've seen that the state is always trying to show its power by going with big guns. That small part that once we are dealing with civilians, we should try to always see how we can deal with that. Other than that, this is my level.
All right. Many of you are complaining on our social media stream that the sound is slow. I've seen yesterday to a couple of you say, but I don't know, on my phone.
This is my level.
All right. Many of you are complaining. So I know it's a bit unorthodox. So I don't know. So maybe you can check your devices. All right. If you're watching online, then your sound is low. Perhaps you can check your device, because it seems to be working here. But we'll still get in touch with our stream managers, and then we'll also get. They say you're with guns. Big issue. Shouldn't we allow investigative agencies to work?
Well, Roland, let me say good morning to you, and then my friend, Dr. Zato and Sulu, and the good people of Bimbila constituency, as you rightly put. Very soon, I'll be going with all of you, research agenda in the area. Yes, I mean, it's an economic viable environment. The people are very good people. I mean, we want to make sure that there is good yield there to feed the good people of Ghana. This is a lesson to all celebrities in Ghana. I'm saying it's a lesson. Do you know why I'm saying it's a lesson? Look, me, myself, I've learned a lot from it yesterday. Okay. Some of the vehicles people go to buy, you don't even know the source. You see, this matter, I heard Shatta Wale explaining it on a live, that he bought a car. He didn't know about the car, the status of the car, the source. He just paid for it and all that. But it turned out to have a problem. So we need to do a lot of work when we are going in, especially, because, look, I like the young man. He's doing fantastic.
For life.
Yes, I mean, I like him. He's doing well with the youth. It's all when he's on the stage, you see the way he's moving them and all that. He's doing well. But unfortunately, somebody might have swindled him with this kind of thing, brought him into this big trouble. Because he said he paid for it. All right, fine. I remember a friend of mine suffered similar fate. He drove a car for almost 2 years. No, it was a stolen car he bought. He didn't even know. He was driving for 2 years. And finally, they got him. And he was chasing for it. And I told him, look, Massa, forget it. I mean, you've lost it. Because you paid for it. The person who sold the car to you stole the car somewhere and managed his way to manufacture documents for it. And finally, they arrested the car. And then they said, look, let it go. It's gone like that. So it's an issue, because this one, FBI is involved.
Yes.
They are part of it. I remember they came and went to some.
That there's a gentleman who already is in jail.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his jail term is 86 months. He's the subject matter.
The subject matter, okay.
And you know, as part of the things they do, restitution, plea bargaining, you have to let off some of your acquisition that you got ill-gotten wealth. So it's part of the traces.
Traces that they are looking at.
That's been linked to.
They came down Ghana to pick him up, the gentleman.
Yeah, oh no, he's already in jail.
So you see, this is the problem.
So there are two accomplices, accused persons, and one has been jailed 80 months, the other one 86 months as well. And the Ghanaian American or something like that is the one. So it's something the car that is a subject of interest.
Of interest.
Not Shatta Wale.
Not Shatta Wale. So that's what I'm saying.
But in the general means, according to my lawyer friends, they say that once you made those acquisitions, yes, you become a subject matter. Because they say in the world of money laundering and crime, you try to wash the ill-gotten wealth to become a proper legal tender in circulation.
So they went through all these processes.
There's something I wanted to add to Computer when he talked about coming to this place. Somebody said me, if you go right now to the farming communities, especially in Tumu, well, in Sisala, West, all those places, they have a big problem now. Okay. And I hope that the Minister of Agric is listening and the Minister of Finance. There's a glut of maize. They can't sell it.
I see.
The prices have fallen, which is, you can say, is a good thing. But here's the problem. The farmers need to sell the maize right now to buy fertilizer for the crop in the field.
Okay.
So you have maize, the usual practice is that...
All this is Sisala is?
Well, another maize prisoner, but this is West, and some places are not.
It looks like you are using today's morning for Sisala is campaign.
No, this is actually national.
No, it's okay. Please put it, but let's get on to the substantive. Dr. Zatu, it looks like this morning you want to do... No, Sisala is campaign. Because Bimbela too will come, and I don't want trouble.
I am coming to do la business.
La business. Okay. Now let's come to the substantive. I see a couple of you. You still say you cannot. You still say you cannot hear very well on the stream. We've talked to our friends who are managing, that's our colleagues who are managing the stream sound for us. And if you're getting a problem, there must be your device, but still we'll keep correcting it because we're getting the proper, but we'll keep correcting it. You know, very important is the subject matter about why we have the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council increasing fares. And even my friend Kweku Aaron reported this to me over 2 weeks ago, especially in Koforidua, the New Draben South, New Draben North areas, as well as the adjoining communities, about increment that had not been sanctioned nationally. And it's being forced through for commuters to pay. Now, it says, COPEC says transport fare will not and cannot be increased. Now, the question we want to ask, and subsequently, we also want to go through, because the justification they are giving is that we have the fuel levy increase 1 cedi per litre, but is it justified? Because GPR2U and the others are also saying that if you look at the components or the line items that should indicate or justify why we need to have these increments, the concern is that justifiable? Okay. And are you worried about it? Because usually we know that the transport minister should be sitting with some of these agencies and for it to be done. And the reasons that have been put together is that it's in line with arrangement on public transport fares. The road transport operators have increased these fares by 20% to accommodate, they say, non-corresponding reduction in spare parts, goods and services after the reduction of transport fares by 15% on 21st May. And then subsequently, they said to accommodate the increase in the operational cost after the introduction of 1 Ghana cedi per litre, about 8% increase in fuel costs, to accommodate for the increase in maintenance costs as a result of deplorable roads across the country. And then also, the new fares then taking effect August 8th. And so it includes intra-city, that's the trotros, the haulage cars, long distance. And so virtually, the concern is it has multiplying effects on goods and services prices.
Roland, they are not justified with this claim. They are not.
Why?
Completely. You remember, government gave them amnesty and asked that they should reduce fares by 15%. When prices of fuel prices, everything went down, and the cedi was stronger against the dollar, we were asked to reduce prices by 15%. Do you know they refused? Most of them. In fact, almost all of them. It has to take some of our MMDC's leadership to go to bus stops and instruct that they must comply with the 15%. I remember in up north, it had problem in some of the communities because they were not ready to do the deductions. They were cashing out a lot. They were cashing out. And you see, when they do things like this, they make governance as if we are just here to joke.
I don't understand.
No, seriously, because government business is to make life meaningful for the good people of Ghana. That is our primary rule. And that is why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is doing. Make life easy for Ghanaians so that we can go about our business without any difficulties. And that is what he's doing. He's doing fantastic. For the 8 months, it's been so fantastic on that. And I can tell you, the minister in charge of the transport sector, he's a fantastic man. He's from a rural area. So he understands these things very well.
Okay.
He's not from an urban area.
But yet,
yeah, so
on his blind side, they've increased fares.
I am saying that is what I'm saying. That this 20 thing that they are talking about is not justifiable. And I know he will meet them, and they will sit on the table. Government is doing something about it. You see, we have to make sure that we revamp our public sector transport system. That is where the problem is coming from. If we revamp it like what the government is doing currently, I know what the MMT, the Metro Mass people, currently, the new person there, go there and see the reset agenda which is going on over there. We are going to make sure that new fleets come in. The one that can travel all the way to Dr. Zato Place so that he will not be talking plenty here again. We will bring them new ones, strong ones, of course, so that it will reduce fares drastically. That is what we are trying to do. And you see STC and other public transport that way. This Ayalolo thing, new ones are going to come in to revamp that aspect.
Okay.
Look, my brother Roland, if you look at the Western world, their transport system, a lot of people don't use private cars. They go into trains or buses. Do you get that? But we are deciding to use our own private distance. And then instead of us to pat the back of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for what he has done for the 8 months he's been in office, look at what people are bringing up. Why are they justified with this? Are we not fixing the roads? We are fixing the roads. These people destroyed the roads before they left the country. They destroyed the road sector completely. And even their former minister is even telling us some part of the country doesn't deserve roads because their people are not there. This is what they have been telling Ghanaians. And then so if we are doing this thing, we wish that our people, partners at the back, they should listen. I know the minister very well. I've worked with him for a very long time. When he was at this state, I was in the northern region. He was then our MP for Saboba and all that. And up to now, he's still the MP for Saboba. He's a fantastic young man.
Okay, so beyond him being a fantastic MP and then a good transport minister, the question or the arguments being made by the Ghana Road Coordinating Transport, the Ghana Transport Coordinating Council, Road Transport Coordinating Council, that's the GRTCC.
Yes.
Is that, apart from bad roads, etc., they say there's 1 Ghana cedi on each liter. So that's justification.
Roland, the 1% has not increased fuel prices. Has it increased fuel prices? No, it hasn't. Go to the pump. Now, our opponents, they are filling their tanks and going about doing this in press conference all over because they are buying cheap fuel. It's all over the place. It has not increased this thing. That's why you see them cruising their big vehicle all over the place because it has not hit them. Opposition has not hit them because we have reduced fuel prices. That 1%, look, it's 1 cedi, it's not 1%. You see, that's 1 cedi they are saying. It's 1 cedi. It's not 1%. That is one thing they must understand. It's 1 cedi that has been added to a liter when you are buying. It is not a percentage. So they shouldn't go there. So I know opposition people, that's what they are doing. They sit down and they brainwash them to believe that we have increased the thing by 1%. No, that is not the case. And then they must understand this. It has not increased. Look, fuel pump, we buy our fuel. Look, now we don't get anything subsidy from government. We buy. As officers of the state, these days I buy fuel from my pocket to run my vehicle. And I feel that when I go to the pump, I see that it's very cheap.
So you're saying that compared to previous prices?
Yes, prices.
Okay.
But were you not buying a liter to almost 22 Ghana cedis? We have never seen this in the history of this country. Today, look at what they are buying. How much are they buying at the pump there? Give away. This is the time for us to congratulate and pat the back of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for resetting the fuel sector.
So how do you intend as government to intervene in this?
Of course, that's why I initially stated that our minister, I know him very well, Nimpe, Honorable Nimpe, he will meet them. We are social democrats down to F. When issues of this nature are up, we'll go and meet them. We'll sit around the table to discuss. That's how social democrats behave. We are not like the capitalists. See, they are for them, they don't care. They will say, they wouldn't have minded them. But for us, we will listen to them, we'll go and sit on the table, and Roland, I can assure you, better things will come out from it.
Justification. They said, well, they mentioned 1 Ghana cedi on each fuel, but they had roads and things like that. So,
this is a champagne drinking, Mercedes-Benz driving, caviar eating, social democrat.
Yeah,
you are a bourgeois, you're not a social democrat. Let's come back to the point. This is, by the way, look, since this government has taken over, they have introduced up to 11 different taxes. We can run through them now, but up to 6 of them directly affect the transport sector. What is happening now is what the Salaman will say, NDCP Western Nipini.
NDCP?
P Western, only brew and it means
no, let me get that.
Have come home to roost. P Western is roasted yam. You see, when you roast yam and it's dark like that, you are eating it. Your lips become what? Dark. That is what happened to NDC. We were told clearly that the increase in the let me say the D levy will not lead to increases in the pump. That's a lie.
Okay.
The D levy, COPEC, I just have COPEC says that fuel prices to go up by 9% from tomorrow. That is on July 15th. When it came into immediately it came into place, fuel prices increased by up to 9%. I'm going to tell you some of the other taxes that have affected or are affecting the fuel sector, okay? And that is what is happening. So if you now look up to 9% on fuel alone, so it's 1 cedi on a liter. If you do the math, that's what COPEC is saying, 9% too. Government has increased almost all government services by 30 to 40, prices for almost all government services by 30 to 40%.
Which services?
They said all government services.
Which services?
So right now, that could include, if you want to renew your license, let's say the DVLA.
But you renew your license annually.
Yes, but what if you...
Dr. Zato, let's do a computation.
Yes,
so 9%...
Almost 9% on fuel.
Okay, let's say 8.5.
Good, let's say that.
So you buy fuel.
Yes.
Spare parts costs have not increased.
I want to...
No, I'm looking at the...
They have increased. They have increased because, again, there's another tax. Increase in the special import levy. That means that if you're importing special tax, it increases. That's the point I wanted to make. If you listen. 3, increase in what? The non-life insurance premium.
Okay. So the justification that is being given, let's put that into context. If you import spare parts, import license has increased, but then you have a drop in the forex. It increases the principal, the sum that you use generally for the same amount of good a couple of months ago, if not even last year, that you use in clearing your goods. Generally.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay. So you don't think that, importantly, the forex dropping drastically, and herein, we're talking about a sum of 5 Ghana cedis averagely, if you were trading on the streets, about 7 Ghana cedis currently. Don't you think that should be a key component in factoring in a 20% increase in transport fares at all levels?
What I'm saying is that I'm trying to say that these are the reasons that they've given for the increase in the 20%. I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm saying that these are their reasons are not born out of thin air. It's not that they just got to say, listen, they are telling you that since the government has seen the 8 months, they are about up to 5 taxes that directly affect them. And so if you put the totality of these taxes, they are telling you that is the justification for the increase. I want to state that point. So I'm not saying that they are justified, no. I'm simply saying that this is the basis upon which, and their statement says, and I'm telling you, I can read them, up to 8% on this one, 30 to 40% increase on government fees, 21.9% on VAT or non-insurance, that will include car insurance, increase in the import levy. So the cumulative effect of this, they are saying that they've done their maths. And their mass tells them that this is the extra cost, and that is what justified this. And that's what I'm saying. When we were told that the 1 cedi will not lead to an increase in fuel prices, that was a lie. We are now seeing that it has actually affected them, and it's one of the core components. So I can understand why they are coming from this perspective that these extra costs, and they are telling government, if you want us to reduce the prices, then reduce these taxes or remove these taxes. That is an argument that the Minister of Finance has to take. Okay. But now let's go to the policy. He was touching on it, of transport, mass transport in Ghana. He was touching on it.
Okay, we haven't finished. Let me ask a rebuttal. Is it not very important that the transport operators take into cognizance the various tax components that so-called you have itemized to juxtapose that with the components that should influence the maintenance of a car, its operation, in relation to the amount that ordinary passengers in a certain public transport should pay?
They should.
Okay.
I'm saying they should do that. And I'm saying by their statement,
do you think the pointers you are reading, or please put the reasons, the assigned reasons why the GRTTC do that. Okay. And let's see those justify the 20% increment. Okay, because you have fuel, you say increasing by 9% based on COPEC's own analysis. And they say that the government, well, they said they did a reduction of transport fares 15%, even though not all of them reduced it creditably, 15%. Okay. And then they want to accommodate the 1 Ghana cedi per litre, yes. About 8% increase in fuel cost, they say totally. And then they also say the maintenance of roads. So clearly, the justification they give is not in consonance or in tune with what the pointers you are reading out there.
Which aspect? They are saying
you are saying import levy and so on.
No, but I'm telling you.
But because the import levy, the amount you use, the forex, because import, the clearing is quoted in USD, of course you pay in Ghana cedi. It has reduced drastically. Even the Ghanaian traders and the spare part dealers even acknowledge that. So, do you think they are right? Do you think they are justified, Dr. Zato?
I don't know. If they're justified or not.
Okay, you don't know.
The point, the what I'm
no, you don't know.
No, you said
that's the answer.
You said it was, but I'm not done yet. Or is my time over?
Go ahead.
Good. So the point now, this is the issue. Our public mass transport system has been weak or non-existent. We have demonstrated over the years a poverty of ideas when it comes to our public mass transport system. It was President J.O. Kufuor who introduced the Kufuor buses, the mass buses. That idea has been left to rot. And today, our mass transport system in the cities has been left in the hands of what I would call a cabal of transport, individual transport unions who are taking the public hostage. I wanted to see, you keep trumpeting the fact that you're a social democrat, which is true, but social democrats invest in mass transport. I will be happy to see under the new, the Big Push program that we flood the streets of Accra, the streets of Kumasi, the streets of Tamale, Cape Coast, Tumu, Wa, Bolga, with big buses. With mass transport, some of them can be part electric, part fuel, or some of them can be part solar in the sun. If we have such a robust and rigorous policy that makes it possible for a lot of people to transport it, then we can see how it will directly affect transport inflation. Look, inflation is coming down, and part of it is by the transport inflation is coming down. But these acts and actions about these agencies are likely going to lead to what? An increase in transport inflation. So my suggestion is that, look, let's invest in mass transport. Let's invest in big buses. Let's invest in this so that they can compete with these people. And if they compete very well, they'll put these people out of business, and then we'll see a system where it will be good for the roads, it will be good for the environment, it will be good for the economy and the consumer. That is the way to go for the future.
Okay, just to inform you, in May, the mass transit campaign included a transport bidder. They said they will increase the fleets by 1,000 Ghana cedis.
So we're waiting for that. That will help. That will help. Okay. And we need more of them. Right. That will help. And that should help.
Your opinion on this, justified or not justified? Overall, taking into consideration the various indicators that should inform them to increase it by 15%, 20%.
Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council, established in 2001. What is their total membership strength? 2 or 3 people meet. They give themselves names, aided by politicians. They sit there and write anything.
So are you saying they are being influenced?
One of the unserious groups. I'm a transport owner. You see, they...
Transport Coordinating Council?
Which vehicles do they have for them to be determining prices? They are in JPRTO and concern. I know one of the concerned spokesperson. He has never owned a car, and he's always talking about vehicles. I can't imagine. Look, 2022 May, the same reasons they are citing today. They said concern, had indicated they were going to increase transport fares by 20%. The same 20% too. This GRTCC came out and said that nobody must pay that 20%. Why? Because they never consulted the GRTCC and Ghana GPRTU. What were we told yesterday by GPRTU? They said they have never been consulted by the GRTCC. You see, when people are assessing somewhere, they want to be heard. How many transport owners benefit from their increases? These drivers, they will shout, we're increasing, yet daily sales will never increase. They will give you beautiful reasons. Oh, my shocks were down, tires burst, and then they keep the money. You see, the reason why some of these people are thriving is that we don't have a well-structured transport sector. We can use Singapore that we all started life with. Beyond the Ministry of Transport in Singapore, they have what we call Land Transport Authority, which authority in this country supervises directly the activities of this transport sector. And once you don't have a structured transport sector, you don't have an economy. Because transport basically is involved in movement of goods and services and human beings from one place to the other. This is the sector that is so unstructured.
And it's integral?
Too integral. I mean, all the inflation that you have been seeing is because of transport. Transport fares. Sometimes food is produced in abundance. Just to move the food from the hinterlands to the city center, there is not even a vehicle. And that is why you need a comprehensive solutions to it. And I dare say, contrary to the view held by my brother, Computer, I am not fascinated by the performance of this Minister of Transport.
You mean he should have been more proactive?
It has to be. The last time I came here and told you that, you take Accra for instance, just from by close of work, workers that have struggled throughout the day, but when they were coming to work, they struggle to get transport. When they are going home, when they are going to a place like Amasaman, Ghanaians who are owning transport, they will deliberately pick these people from Tudu
and drop them
at Circle. Before they even drop, they will begin to shout, Achimota, Achimota. And the same people will sit in there, get to Achimota. Before they get to Achimota, they start shouting, Ofanko, Ofanko. We are living in a country, you have a ministry, you have a minister in charge, you know these things, and nothing is being done.
You are claiming there's exploitation?
Absolutely.
Unregulated?
Unregulated, because nobody is acting. And that's why I am not fascinated about the fact that you're going to increase fleet. The current boss of Metro Mass, when he came, the last time he was telling us that a debt of 120 million has been piled there. He's not telling us why that debt is there and why people are not answering for that debt. Go to STC. It's a total mess. Total mess. They hardly declared dividends. Because people see government work as chop. Chop, they just go and take it. Free of charge. So there is a total mess in the system that needs a comprehensive overhaul. With this same structure, you can bring in all the buses in this world, it is not going to work. We will still end up having all these buses parked and not working. So for me, let's go back to the basics. We must have an authority, transport authority that will be dealing directly with this transport and then sanitize the system. If the private sector wants to come in, there are a lot of vehicles that do not even qualify to be on the road. How much does it take to us to revamp the sector? You need the seriousness in that sector. And did I hear my brother Zato talk about electric cars?
Yeah. Hey. There was a fleet that was brought by
Dr. Mahmoud Bahami Adibako.
No, he brought.
Yeah, the other one was coming. I saw one of them.
You saw one of them. Electric cars.
Why are you denying that they are there?
These people came to tell us that 100 vehicles of such electric cars were in the system.
Yes, that was the announcement. They inaugurated a couple.
Yes.
They said they had inaugurated 100. The last time I took the trouble to go and check in the system.
Which system?
They had,
how many?
They had 4.
With Metro Mass?
One price
37.
Medina. The other 3 they can't even charge them. So you see, the rush to bring that policy, not thought through. Policy. Absolutely. You see, you don't have the systems in place.
For charging.
But because of politics, in this country everything is like fried rice. We want to please Play to the gallery instead of doing things meticulously, going through the system, making sure that all the structures are in place before you roll it out. When we hear something, because we want to deceive the minds of the people, then we say we are interested.
But the electric cars, I see some. There's one you see EV 37.
It's only one. It's level 4. The other 3 they can't even charge it. The last 2 days there was a news item on it. They have a charging problem because the structures were not there.
Yeah, you need charging.
So you don't do.
The batteries also.
You see, it tells you that it was roofed down, like they want to do with the elections. Everything is top down. When you don't have the structures to charge these vehicles, why do you then go and bring the vehicles into the country in the first place? How are the vehicles going to be charged?
So you're saying that EVs are good, but you need to make sure you have
absolutely
right and infrastructure.
And even if you are going to do the cost-benefit analysis, I'll share with you an article. Why America is not going fully EV. Because if you're going to do the maintenance costs, all the other related costs, I'm telling you, it is not cheaper than using fuel. That has been the argument. And that is why currently you have Elon Musk fighting Donald Trump. You understand? He believes that no, electric vehicle is not the way to go. But we believe that you have to go and bring it here. Be that as may, what structures are on the grounds to support this program?
Okay, now to wrap up your conversation on this, there's a question about the justification for the indicators for the transport operators to increase the fuel to 20%. And there's been an argument made about the CD is performing very well with the USD, irrespective of however prices of goods and services are. And generally, you look at those indicators, whether it justifies the 20% or not. What do you say to that?
So clearly, our system is such that there has to be some levels of increment, but nowhere near 20%. Because the exchange rate has dropped. You understand?
Drastically.
Drastically. So if you are talking about spare parts is cleared at the port. And remember, our duties are pitched against the dollar. So once the dollar is down, it means that the amount of money that you pay for your spare parts would have to go down. If the prices at Abusoka are not reducing, that is deliberate. And from tomorrow to go, because the argument, the original argument why I even supported them that they shouldn't reduce prices in the past was the fact that the policy rate had not reduced. You know, if you went to the bank to borrow and then you were given a certain repayment schedule and you were paying to that, you could only reduce your items when your repayment schedules were down. Now, they couldn't reduce it because at that time, the policy rate was still high. Now, the policy rate is 25%, which means it will affect any loan that anybody went for to bring in these goods. Your repayment will reduce. So you have no reason or justification in increasing your spare parts. What you have to do is rather reduce it. And so in this time, that rather we must be considering reducing, or if you want to increase, you have to think about 2 or 3%. You cannot all of a sudden come and tell us that you are already increasing it by 20% without any justification. And like I said, these people, they don't have any vehicles in the system. They have no vehicle.
They don't have the numbers.
I would say, take you to the office, Coco Barbie here, go there, there is not even a single chair over there. They come and give you all this. This comes, everybody comes and do anything anyhow.
So that's why you call for the regulation?
Absolutely.
I see.
Absolutely. Okay. You cannot be doing this
anyway. You wanted to make an intervention. Can you let him talk?
Well, like...
So now where are we? The minister has to perhaps group the individual cooperatives or the unions so that we have some stability in prices, whether an increment is justified or not, and the quantum.
Of course, I can assure you the minister will do the needful. He will meet them. He is not going to ignore them, but certainly the 20% is not justifiable. As of now, like Solo was talking about, look at the policy rates and all these things. Even the banks where they go and pick money now, people are now given even 19%. You can get, they are chasing people to come and take money. Unlike those days, the banks were rather chasing people away.
Where did you see that?
As of yesterday, I mean, one of the banks that a friend went, approached them for loan, they were giving that at the rate of 19%. Unprecedented. I mean, and we asked him to come in. It means there's more money. Even GCB, as of yesterday, posted almost 1.08 billion profit for the quarter. You can imagine, reset agenda is going on. Things are fantastic. So we ask ourselves, what was these people doing for the 8 years they were in government? The NPP. They were just running the country as if were in some Somalia state. That is what was happening. But now things are getting better. So if all these things are getting on well, why should you want to hit the people with 20% increase? It's unjustified at all.
So the question I ask you, Mr. Tanko, it's very specific.
Yes.
When is the transport minister going to group these individual cooperatives or unions so that we have a proper justification and the percentage correlatedly on the fares?
I'm sure that's why I say pretty soon. You know, he's down to earth. I know him. That's why I always give him that high stakes that he's somebody I've worked with. And I know he's from the rural area. So he knows the meaning of this 20%. It will affect our people up there.
Bimbila and Sisala.
Bimbila and after Sisala, we are bringing them new buses to those areas. And then my good friend Zato will stop attacking us. Look, it will affect us a lot in the rural areas. For Accra, this one is just Nima to where, Cantonment to where and what areas. For us, long distances. Because you will have to take our buses from one community to another community, long distance, and we have difficulty with our routes network. As the MPP, former Minister of Roads, who says we don't deserve routes because people don't live up there. Oh. MPP, is it not what they said? They are Minister of Transport. He's now an MP. Is it Asensu Boachi?
Oh, he withdrew that, I think.
And he needs to apologize publicly. He should hold a press conference. They are masters of press conference and apologize to us. He ran all of us down, the 5 northern regions, that we don't deserve the road network because there are no people up there. When a former minister says such a thing, why wouldn't you have problems with them? This is a challenge we are facing with them. So the road network, we are fixing it to make sure that things get on better. So we are appealing to them. They should hold their guns and listen to the minister. The minister will meet them pretty soon, so that they'll iron out these difficulties. Because this 20% is not justified at all. Because some of them, I heard them talking about 1%. There's no 1% anywhere in the fuel increase. It's just 1 cedi, which is added.
On each litre?
Only litre. How do you calculate it on 1%?
That's more than the percent.
No. You see, it depends upon your consumption.
Well, that's true.
And yes, that one is your consumption. This one is a matter of opportunity cost. If you decide to go and be pulling some huge tundra like one Dr. Zato is using, does that?
Dr. Zato doesn't use a tundra.
Oh, he told me he wants to buy one. So I'm presuming for him. Yes. So these are some of the things we are talking about. So I can assure you the minister will meet them and they will resolve them.
You are creating problem for when he goes for the primaries in Sisala is they will be charging him more. When should the transport minister move in? Because clearly, I think we agree at this table that the factors that should influence or justify the 20% increment by GRTTC just don't match.
Look, Roland,
and largely influenced by forex rates.
What I'm saying is that over these past 8 months, the NDC government has perfected the art of packaging, of presentation, of settings. And you will see that. Today, we are seeing Rashid telling us the 2 economies we're living in. He's painting a very cavalier economy. Everything is hunky-doky. Everything is
Ghana's
sweet.
economy
it's a Cinderella
it's a difficult economy.
No, that's what he's saying. Meanwhile, you have these transport people also saying, giving us a different economy. The real economy, they're saying their economy is not roses and sweet. Their economy is not Cinderella economy. Their economy is not honey and sugar is sweet. Their economy is real. And that in their economy, they are facing up to 5 new taxes introduced by the government, and that those taxes are taking a toll on their operations. Now you see this air of pomposity, you are talking down on them. How dare you increase your prices? You see this air, that wasn't the air of...
He didn't say that, he said it's not justified.
That wasn't the kind of, you took a more contrite
What has he exhibited here that shows that he's pompous?
The bigger point I'm going to make is that, look, the ordinary people is now found in this fight between the government, creating this illusion that everything is honky-dory, everything is nice, everything is sweet, everything is good, plus the transport people saying that in their real world and their economy is not. The ordinary person is caught up there. How do we make sure that the ordinary man who just wants to go to work, who just wants to go to the market, who just wants to go to the hospital is able to go there safely and come back in the summer? That's what we have to be looking at. So calm down from your high horses of praising yourself and patting yourself on the back. and do the real work.
How do you think they have to intervene?
Governing. My point is
because earlier you said that it's not justified.
Yes, they can negotiate, or the government can come to look, reduce some of these taxes that you've imposed on them. For instance, the taxes on import of first, the taxes on the 30
taxes on import of what?
They said imports at the port. I raised them. Should I go through the list?
No, you don't have to go through.
You say my time is gone.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
But isn't it influenced by the forex rates?
It's also influenced, but that doesn't mean that if the forex rate is low and you are putting a tax, just a tax. If you're putting a tax on, even if it is low, let's say the interest comes down to 10.5. Then you're not taxing the 10.5. I'm just using as an example. So it's a tax on it. Whether it's low or not, you are taxing it. Secondly, you have increasing fees of everything from 30 to 40%. It may affect university students, you know that, right? You've gone and say you are paying their fees. Meanwhile, you are increasing the fees by 30 to 40%. The money you give to the first years, you are taking it with the right hand, taking it with the left hand. We'll come back there. So all these things you are doing, increase it. They've listed some of them. Sit down with them, and that sitting should have been done before they announce this thing. Because now what is going to happen is that the government is not going to try to use its coercive powers to try to coerce this people, try to force it, try to compel us, and if possible, probably even, you know what, find a way of what?
Dr. Zato, again, I have to intervene. You have a list of the so-called taxes that you claim justify the 20% increment.
I didn't say they justified. I'm saying they were part of the reasons the people gave.
I want to pose a question.
Thank you.
You have a list of the so-called taxes you say justify the 20% increment as announced by the GRTCC. And I'm asking you that it's not in sync with the reasons they assign for the 20% increment. Okay. So that's all I want to...
Okay.
Don't you think that should be something that should be considered in this argument?
Everything should be considered. And I'm also hoping that when they go and meet the minister, that the minister will make good overtures, that the minister will be more accommodating, and that the minister will be creative enough to come out with better policy responses. But above that, the minister and the government shouldn't keep us at the level of this transport owners so they can always hold us to hostage, ransom. I want to see more investment in public transport. Okay. I want to see more buses. Even if you're claiming, yes, it's true. Even developed countries, some of them are facing infrastructure problems with charging battery cars. It's a real issue. And I've heard a government, in fact, the Minister of Energy talking about the fact that we need to build a sustainable economy. That means that we need to invest a lot in this charging system. But if you're not bringing the
so you agree with Solo?
No, I agree, yes. There's an infrastructure need for it. It's a big need. But I'm saying that is the future to go. If you're not bringing this, let's do that. Let's first start by bringing the big buses. I heard at that time, some of them were even right driving, left driving. But he brought because there was a need. You can do that, and then you can adjust the policy to meet them. Let's bring in more high occupancy buses. Let's help the masses to move, and then don't allow this cabal of transport owners to always hold us to ransom. At the end of the day, let's put the interest of the commuters first.
He seems to agree with you that the transport minister needs to intervene, and that the transport union should not be dictating how individual Ghanaians live by way of...
I mean, no civilized economy allows these kind of things to happen. Then how is the government going to control its macroeconomic indicators? And that is why transport in all advanced countries are structured. It's a national security concern. If transporters decide not to go to work, food will not go. That is a serious national security concern. So don't leave such a critical aspect of our being into people who can shortchange you. I've told that GRTCC, they have no vehicles in the system. They're only there in name.
Not justified.
So let us do what is right. You understand? Get proper authority that will regulate the transport sector so that we can then introduce systematically the public transport system. Not the one that we have been doing. We were treated with SkyTrain, it never came. Metro Mass is messing up, always dead. STC is messing up, always dead. What else? We brought Ayalolo. Look, people have not gone into why Ayalolo failed. And I know the details of that. We should go and ask how much each of the buses were sold in the 2011-2013. Over-bloated. I asked Kenya in those days, could you have done this in Sweden? Could you have done that? But they come here and in cahoot with our people, inflate the prices more than 80%, so you can never pay for these buses. And so when the buses develop any problem in terms of maintenance, they are unable to service them. And that's why when you go to their yards, you'll find a lot of these Ayalolo buses in there. So it's a major issue that we need to
How quickly do you think the transport minister needs to meet these, because these unions had been raising the red flags for a very long time?
No, I mean, I listened to the GRTCC, TCC, one of their reps yesterday on radio. He said that anytime they wanted to meet the minister is not prepared to meet them.
Oh, wow.
That's what I heard.
The minister is not like that.
That's why I was so surprised. Yes.
No, but the minister is not like that. He's a very accommodating minister.
And then that is what the people are saying. That they say in the first place, the first instance they wanted to meet him, he said that he was going for the...
Really, the minister?
That's what one tanko of the GRTCC. He made these statements on air. You understand? So he has to move in swiftly. But the good thing is that this is a private, what do you call, arm of transport, that's the GRTCC, and another arm of transport, which is private, that's GPRTU, which has been in existence way before this GRTCC came. So they disagree with them. They disagree with them because there wasn't any consultation whatsoever anywhere. Boom! One day he said, oh, we are going to increase fares by 20%. Is that the way we organize a country? We cannot continue to do this.
All right. Our last subject is the subject of the National Identification Authority. And they seem already, going hard on allied state institutions. For example, the GRA. There was a whole blockade yesterday. Importers were told couldn't do clearances, etc., because the database, that is using the verification of individuals' identities who do their transactions really belongs to the NIA. They do the collaboration, and the corresponding fees are not being paid by the institutions. And they are raising concerns that they are owed a lot of money. And you take a look at, it's the GRA that is the biggest corporate, so to speak. But the question then is, should we have another, quasi-state institution also doing that to another quasi-state institution?
You see, Roland, GRA, they have to sit up. NIA is a very important national institution. Okay. Very, very important. Because that is an institution that keeps our database, citizenship and all those kind of things. We need to identify ourselves properly. And it is the agency that identifies us. And so how are they going to run? How are they going to run? Look, this Ghana card, naturally, is not supposed to, you are not supposed to pay and take it as a Ghanaian. I get in it. But they also need to operate. Currently, they need to expand. I know the new executive director of NIA, Yaira Koko, very brilliant young man in his field. He has a lot of brilliant ideas that he's bringing on board to make it easier for Ghanaians to acquire this Ghana card. But where is the resources? Yet, agencies who are supposed to pay their part
for usage,
they are not paying. Meanwhile, they are charging people for it. You see the hypocrisy? And this one, I see, we have come to inherit this problem from the MPP. This one, this debt is not accrued from this.
You mean the debt? What has MPP got to do with it?
They GRA, they were not paying anything to them. They are not paying anything to them.
They owe NIA,
yes,
that's the National Identification Authority, yes, 376 million. The National Health Insurance Authority owes 58 million. The passport,
good,
20.9 million.
Trace the history where the problem came from. You will see that from the 8 years of MPP, they have not been giving them anything. That's why they were doing tot Ghana cards.
They're doing tot?
They were doing tot. I don't know why the people go there and see how people were massed up at the offices, queuing. People can sleep on the place just to acquire Ghana card. Was that not what they were doing? They were punishing Ghanaians. You remember they wanted to use that one as a bet to reach the election. And saying that it was only Ghana card which should be the primary source for registration. You remember that?
Prior to 2020.
Prior to 2020 election, and then the 2024. Were on them. They brought that in, they brought a new CI, and we shut it down. They wanted to use Ghana card. They know Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians didn't have Ghana card, and they had concentrated it in their stronghold. They had sent a lot of kits to go there and then produce Ghana card, to the extent they were even giving it to people who were not qualified. You remember the issue of Pusiga during the registration time. These people made sure that they frustrated the process, and they were not paying. So when Yaira came and saw this, they needed to expand, bring it to the doorstep so that Dr. Zato and his people can get access to Ghana card. This is what we are doing, to help Ghanaians so that they can easily acquire it without any difficulty. He needs resources to do that. He needs to open it. Every district should have an office of NIA. properly managed, the staff will be there at your doorstep. You don't need to trek long distance to go and get Ghana card. You don't need to go and pay huge money to do this. They are charging people because they don't have resources to do this. Why is GRA alone holding 376 million Ghana cedis? GRA is the backbone of Ghana. They are the people collecting our taxes. Is that not true? So why are they not paying back the one they are taking to NIA?
So they should own up to their responsibility.
They should own up to their responsibility, and then so that Jaira can do the work for us. The gentleman had a very good idea to develop this Ghana card business for Ghanaians, so that it will facilitate our business, make our business easier and transparent for us in this country.
Any justification, GRA and the customers, but it also means that production is being cut or reducing, even revenue generation.
Today, I am glad, and I think that every Ghanaian owes a debt of gratitude to His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the former Vice President of this country, for his visionary and pioneering role in the digitalization program that has given us this Ghana card.
I don't understand. You mean he introduced Ghana card?
Ideas man.
Are you saying he introduced Ghana card?
And this is how he has done. We have transformed the Ghana card and made it one of the biggest assets and biggest cornerstones to drive the digitalization and development agenda of this country. When he said that he was investing in ideas, when he said that we must pioneer digitalization, when he said that he was going to use it as a backbone of our development, this was what he meant. And I am glad that today, current generations and future generations will always remember there was once a vice president who had a vision, who has an idea, who has helped to develop this thing and bring it to
Ghana card. Are you saying he developed Ghana card?
Today, what is happening, what you are seeing is a failure in governance. Public agencies is normal. They owe from each other. They owe ideas from each other, and it happens. It's normal for public agencies to own each other. But the question I'm asking is, in this saga, between the NIA and between the GRA, where are the adults in the room? Where are the adults?
Meaning what?
Where are their respective ministers, cabinet ministers? Where are the men? Why have we allowed it to degenerate to this level? Why haven't they sat in the room? Because today, yesterday I was in the news, there are importers at the port who are suffering because of this. There are real Ghanaians who are suffering. There's a Saleh say that, an elder doesn't sit down and allow things to deteriorate before you sit in. You don't sit down and allow importers, you don't sit down and allow other people to be suffering, and then today you are saying you come to a solution. Again, as I've said, this is not the first time public agencies or other public agencies. This is not the first time having. My point is that why have we allowed it to deteriorate to this level? Why haven't the adults stepped in? Why don't we have because for instance, I'm sure the NIA will pay taxes to GRA or otherwise. Why can't they come with a solution that says, look, keep some of the taxes, or whatever it is, there can be a negotiated settlement of this. It shouldn't have come to this. If you sit down and allow things to deteriorate this much, if you sit down and allow these things to go to this much, if you sit down and allow people, because right now I heard one of the importers executives talking about that there are perishable goods and there are other things at the ports. People are losing money. How did we get here? And where were the adults in the room? So I hope that the adults in the room wake up from their slumber. I hope that the adults in the room wake up from their settings. I hope that the adults in the room wake up and say that, look, let's do this, and then find a way to make sure that it's not repeated. Find a way to make sure that we don't go back here. Because again and again, people are going to owe the NIA. People, in fact, there are even people also owing the GRA itself. So how do we make sure that they can cross-fertilize ideas? How do we make sure they can share ideas to make sure that they find a way to settle some distance to get the business going? That is what governance is. Governance is about taking responsibility and being accountable and not sit down and allow things to deteriorate before you now try to hold it together.
Okay. The part about me, I asked you a categorical question. You refused to answer. Because the way you were saying, he's supposed to take credit for the NIA expansion or something like that. But it's okay. It's not up for discussion. Is it justified? And he even raised Dr. Bawumia should take credit for many of the things.
I don't know why Zato wants to forcibly create a situation where there is none. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has no clue.
No, he said Doctor of Digitalization.
He has never had any clue about this Ghana card. In fact,
Really?
The NIA Act, you understand, the act that established the NIA was in 2006. At that time, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was not even a member of the MPP.
I don't understand.
He wasn't a member of the MPP. Mahmoud Bawumia,
2006?
yes, he wasn't. He became a member of the MPP in 2008 when the party wanted to make him a running mate. Now, Professor Tefa was the first boss of NIA. You understand? And you should go and read the act. It spells out what they were supposed to do. But cards, they started issuing cards. After him came Komla Dumont's father. What's the name? Professor Professor Dumont. He became the next boss of the NIA. Before we came to 2017, that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia became the vice president. So what from this, by force attribution of something that he had no clue. In any case, even the Kufuor era, the NIA predates them. This card business started in the 70s. 73.
Yeah.
I wasn't born by then.
Margins will tell you that. I think under Champon.
I wasn't born.
So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, look, he has no clue. But I don't even know where did he even get this skill called digitalization.
I don't understand.
He's supposed to be an economist. His PhD was on electoral matters. Even the economists, we have to go into it and find out.
What do you mean by going to?
But you didn't. No, he propounded.
Go and check his thesis. Go and check his thesis.
But he propounded. He propounded
what?
The principle in Ghana that if the fundamental is weak, just consult the exchange rate.
You know, when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate what? Expose you. Yeah. Then the same person, 360 degrees, came back to tell us, but it is warped logic to conclude that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will change. So what?
No, he said his thesis. He said his thesis.
I'm not his PhD.
I know.
Why do you want to go? I said his thesis. Hey, did he write anything about digitalization?
But people change. People have new ideas.
When was that? The last time.
When you are a government, just come. Yes.
So what? First of all, your position.
Are you saying you shouldn't take credit for it?
He has no clue about it. He didn't even go there.
Talk about
he has no business going there. And that is why But first of all, do you agree? No. That's all. Do you agree
what has happened?
Hey, that also predates him. That also predates him. That also predates him.
I like the way
that also predates him.
You are trying to. You should have.
You see, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, let us get it straight. That he had no clue about the NIA. The cars that we are doing, he had no business in it. In fact, it's an insult to the integrity of former President Kufuor and his administration.
To even suggest that?
Yes. That all of us, and these are some of the things that I sometimes find it very difficult to understand. Here were people, he himself, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, when in this country, when he told the entire country that he was sidelined and that he was a mate, all of a sudden, any idea that came into that administration, he was the one behind it. How did he become the idea behind something that was already in existence? So it's never true. The interoperability that he's talking about predates him. It was also there before he even joined the administration. So we shouldn't, as it were, go there. Now, with the NIA issue, it shows the lapses in our governance structure.
The coordination.
There is no coordination.
Lacking.
NIA boss was appointed by President Mahama. DRA boss was appointed by President Mahama. The idea is that all of you come together and then build, reset Ghana. Is that not the case? So some of these things, why can't you sit down and solve it? You denying them the opportunity of using the platform. Are you not going to deny the country of revenues? So clearly, if we, and by the way,
I don't understand. Are you saying it's a WAP logic?
Like the WAP logic. By the way, what is the Minister for Public Sector Reform doing? These are supposed to be part of her job. So that there will be some level of synchronization in governance. Okay. It is also a fact that these institutions owe NIA. The NIA's financial performance has not been impressive since January of this year. GRA is owing about 376 million. What's the name? SNIT. Is it SNIT?
No.
No. The other one is owing 58 million or so.
Yes.
You understand? A lot of institutions are owing them. Why are they not paying back?
National Health Insurance.
National Health Insurance. And then
the passport is 20.9.
By you passport, you always take money from us. We don't credit passport. On what basis would you owe?
So why are you not paying?
Well, that's the point.
That's the question
you're asking. That's the question I'm asking. So all these people must try and meet them halfway. But the way to go is not just go and deny them access to the platform. So if you deny them access and they are unable to work, how would they pay you back? And that is why we need to streamline governance so that there will be a seamless opportunity in delivery.
I love this intervention.
I just want a minute.
Is my mic back?
No, if your mic has...
No, but
you spoke, I never intervened. When I'm speaking,
let me read some comments. Let me say...
See, there's one thing that
you want to watch what
you remember the 300...
What has Alan done?
No,
I'm
not
sitting
that
here
one.
talking about what
Hey, if I'm going to talk about it, I can lecture 35 years.
Go ahead.
First of all,
Because you always sit here and bring down meanwhile you forgot about the
Baumia and Alan is like day and night. Baumia and Alan, day and night.
Alan hasn't.
One is night, one is day.
What has Alan done? Nothing.
Are you giving me opportunity? No, you are giving me opportunity.
No.
Let me tell you what Alan has done. Let me tell you.
The mics are off. So please listen to me.
Africa weather you are wearing. The Africa weather you are not proud of.
OC 100.
Africa wear. The Africa wear. Attribute of Alan.
OC 100.
Alan semblance for you.
OC 100. Go west.
polarizing.
Okay, gentlemen. I remember the Friday African wear, which we now wear, because back in the day you couldn't wear this on TV. It was only on Fridays. It's okay. But it's okay.
You could wait.
There was a time in this country.
All right, please.
People felt ashamed of wearing our own.
You said Kufuor has done nothing.
You say what?
Alan was a minister under Kufuor.
Do you know that?
Yes.
You said Kufuor has done
I have never said Kufuor had done that.
You sat here the last time.
Yeah, you say you want to twist. I said
You did.
I never sympathized with him.
You see how
Please.
Viewers know my position.
Please, Alan and Baumia, allow us. Alan and Baumia.
It's a day and night issue.
Exactly.
Alan and
Baumia is just a total waste of the Ghanaians.
Okay, it's okay.
Total waste of the.
Okay.
Oh, really?
It's okay. Okay, it's okay.
I see.
Okay, it's okay, gentlemen.
But Dr. Zato has not been fair to me.
Oh, but you have been fair.
Deliberately decided to truncate
You have been fair.
but no problem.
Let me say
No
good morning
problem.
to lawyer Sergio Leonard. Good morning to you. Wish you all the best. Richmond Sechi says, I'm just enjoying your program and I just love Solomon Owusu. Prince Nana Yao York says, Papa Ro, who built Ghana Digital Center? Ask Dr. Zato. Well, I don't know. And then I have this one from Nasir Ejin, who says that good morning to you and your panelists. For those who are at the Central University Law School, I wish them all the best. President of Central University Law School, SRC, that is Nasir Ejin, sending that message there. Master Planner Junior is policy analyst Ken Tampo, says Ghana Cards initiative started in 1973. Several governments tried to implement the Ghana Cards field. 44 years down the lane, Dr. Baumia championed the agenda and made the long-awaiting Ghana Card to reality. For the first time, almost all the institutions are using Ghana Card.
So that is his idea.
Ideas, man.
Please.
Written
Kojo Chumbuafo. Good morning to you, Kojo Chumbuafo. Dr. Zato still doing his best impression of the 24-hour economy for the MPP. President Mahama would be proud of him. 24-hour economy. Did he exhibit it? Engineer Samochum says that I just love Solomon Owusu and his oratory skills and what he brings to bear by way of policy recommendations. BT Sly says Dr. Zato is amazing. He's crediting Ghana Card to Baumia, but disassociating him from the liabilities. What are the liabilities? Solo, can you remind me of the liabilities of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia? Ogochuku Umweke. Good morning to you. He's also a lawyer and then also a motivational speaker and the lecturer as well. Warm greetings to all your panelists this morning. I love the energy. Yeah, we always bring a lot of energy on Wednesdays. That's why when one of them travels or two of them travels, we don't seem to feel. And then Madam Beatrice Brew, wishing all the best for the day. And we have a couple more messages. We'll read them. Kweku Aaron says that, let me tell you the truth. The fair has already taken effect in the Eastern region. I started experiencing it 3 weeks ago. And Moses Betty says that drivers found a disingenuous way of avoiding the fare reduction. They break the journey into 2 or 3 and make far more than the fare, even if they reduce it on the same routes. The transport unions must regulate their members in the absence of any laws to protect consumers of their services. And the transport minister must intervene. Ideally, he should have gotten wind of this and then intervened a very long time ago. And okay, Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, the minister, doctor or PhD, good morning to you. You say that, I'm wondering how long my brother, Dr. Zato, has experienced a change. We were all comrades in Legon. I'm wondering why your comrade, what is a comrade?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. He said he dissociates himself. I think are you a vandal?
Let me
And he was a farmer.
let me greet.
I was a vandal, he was a farmer. I don't know what you mean by we are
Kofi Afu.
I don't know what that means.
You want to greet who?
You know the one who originated this Farmers Day? This time, my Kofi Afu, this one, wherever you are, he's the reason we have the Farmers Day.
Oh, okay.
Wherever he is, Ghana must look for him and then eulogize him.
Fantastic. Well, let's also tell you that you need to look smart and fashionable, and so you have to visit any Woodin boutique near you nationwide today. Now, Woodin is offering an amazing collection of authentic African fabrics and ready-to-wear, all coming in the beautiful designs and colors for men and women. With Woodin, you can get creative and versatile with your designs. Be confident and show off how truly African you are in your Woodin. So go to any Woodin boutique near you today. Choose from that variety of trendy products to complement your unique style, and follow Woodin Fashion on social media. Just go type Woodin Fashion. I remember Woodin became even more trendy when we had the Friday wear that was introduced by the minister in charge of special initiative, trade and special initiatives as well. And this one,
Can I say something small?
Mr. Yellow. All right.
Dr. Zato is using it. So Alan did very well for that aspect for him.
For which aspect?
You see,
When I say that, one day, the two of you are the same. You say it's good. When I said the NDC and the
No. You see, I know these are the usual. These are the usual. One day, Roland, I am throwing a challenge to TV3. Me and Zatu, Alan and Baumia, just an hour. And by the time we are done, you will see that you yourself will go and change Dr. Mahmoud.
Okay.
He might not be closer to power. One day, that much.
I don't need that.
All right, our time is up. Our time is up. Let me also tell you that
is yesterday.
All right.
I'm yesterday in the future.
You are he's running away because he doesn't have anything to say. Say 1 minute that he is. It's okay.
Alan is yesterday. Baumia is
today and the future.
And then Ken too. Oh, you don't.
One thing or the another, please.
Okay.
So now you are here on the ticket of the MPP. You see, so you must begin to introduce you as the MPP member here. Then we debate.
And the other people are now one.
Hey, don't go there. Don't go there.
Please, I have an announcement to make. Gentlemen.
From the Baumia Bureau.
Okay.
You said this. I know.
All right. So this has been in activation, and Mr. Chachu Chikata is celebrating 50 years in practice.
Great.
Yeah, legal practice. And well, we have memories, conversions, and conversations and reflections as a theme, marking the celebration of 50 years of Chachu Chikata's legal practice, or called to the bar, and subsequently also means that it has to be well celebrated under the auspices. And subsequently, the dates you know is the 6th to the 8th of August. 2025. The venue is the Accra International Conference Center, and it's going to be from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. daily. That's an invitation to you all. So if you can, please. All right.
Are non-lawyers invited?
Okay. All right. It's time to make money the fun way with your necessary ABCs. And ABC game is here, and it's as simple as dialing *262# on your phone. Now, you have to, these are the rules. For the 26 alphabets we have, as we all know, you pick only 3 letters between A to Z. So you then determine how you intend staking, and even as low as 5 Ghana cedis, you also get to win. Now, you could win 1 million Ghana cedis even with that 5 Ghana cedis and more. Daily draws happen 3 times daily. So the time is just 2 minutes to 9. So at 10 a.m., we're going to have the first draw, 5 p.m. the second draw, and 9 p.m. the third draw. So you choose your time and test your own luck. So after 10 a.m., then you have to get on to the 5 p.m. bus, get ready for it, increase the number of the stakes. If you get one letter correct out of the 3 you chose, you also win 2 times your stake. If you get 2 letters correct out of the 3 that you chose out of the 26 alphabet A to Z, you then will get 5 times your money. And if you get all the 3 in order, matching order, you also get to win 100 times the stake. And if you match all in the exact order as it is, you walk away with 1,000 times the normal payout will be. And even if you don't win, there'll be cashbacks. That'll be 10% of the stake. So you don't really get to lose anything at all. At least you get something credited into your account. And the good thing is it's just a short code. So it's in real time. It's also offline. So you don't need internet at all, and certainly no stress. So, or again, let me just remind you, you just have to dial *26# and start winning. All right? And you said you wanted to say good morning to...
Oh, yes. Chachu, the Venerable Chachu Chikata.
Okay.
I have to say good morning to him. And I was just trying to let you know that this 376 million that we are talking about emanated from 2018. And even Professor Tefa mentioned it in 2022 in Parliament when he lamented about the difficulties they are going through. So it's an accumulated issue from way back.
And again, you blame MPP.
And then, of course, they cause it. They know
anyway, Mona OA. Mona OA is one of our regular watchers based in the UK. You're celebrating your birthday. I wish you all the best. And then also, Delight Mojaka, wishing you all the best for the day. You're celebrating your birthday. Mrs. Doris Fiogbo of Southampton, UK. Happy birthday from Mr. Populampo. Wishing you all the best for the day. Edna Boating, good morning to you. From the Movement for Change. Wishing you all the best.
So you're a side chick or what?
We're taking a break. We'll be right back.
You want to have problem with your wife.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here.